let's talk about Ariana Grande's brother, Frankie, who recently did a podcast. Everybody got a damn podcast these days. So apparently, the latest person to have a podcast is former advocate and out editor and writer Tracy E. Gilchrist. So yeah, she has a new podcast, and I think it's called Holding Space. But anyway, so Frankie went on that show and he started windmilling for the power bottoms. Some of you will remember that Gilchrist went viral last year with her interview with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. During it, she told a surprise Erivo that many in the queer community were holding space for the inspiring anthem Defying Gravity, hence the name of Gilchrist's new podcast, Holding Space. Frankie Grande, who's 42, is of course the older brother of Wicked star Ariana Grande. In his conversation with Gilchrist, Frankie discovered his initial mixed feelings about the original musical production of Wicked, his sister's support of his 12-step recovery, and the album of space pop rock bangers he released this year, Hotel Rock Bottom. Part of the discussion involved around Grande's song Boys. He released a video for the track in the summer in which he's wearing makeup and flirting with guys in a locker room. He said he wanted to make unapologetically queer content that's not afraid to embrace his femme side. Well, that's cool or whatever, but overall, the sonically, the album just wasn't for me. Like when you talking about um space pop rock bangers, it was like you were trying to give us Ziggy Stardust and gave us something else. Now, Frankie said he found it weird and interesting to see the other femme gay men butchered up in locker rooms or at the gym, saying, really, gay men like me go into that locker room and the clothes come off, and then all of a sudden we have to butch it up to attract other men, which I think is very weird and interesting, right? I think that's also what's also, he said, I think that's so interesting to watch these really queer, very effeminate men like get into their towels and be like, yo, bro, what's good? And it's like, whoa, what is that thing where we're not allowed to be like overly queer or overly femme in those settings? Even if you're in there to have sex with another man, you still have to be masculine presented. You cannot be feminine in those settings. And so I wanted to reclaim that space for the queer femme to like re-own Power Bottom. It's like we do most of the work, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? He continued, it is a power bottom anthem. Like, why are we shaming power bottoms? You tops need them. We serve a purpose in the community. Well, he would absolutely be correct on that. It's like, first of all, if it ain't for the bottoms, who would we have to stick our peens in? So I do feel like people need to put some respect on the bottoms' names and show that, you know what, you got to have respect for them. Like, they're not just some vessel for you to pound away at. They've got feelings. They're emotional. They work, hard to clean themselves and have to starve themselves for half the damn day just so they can get like 10 seconds of some meat and potatoes. The potatoes smacking them in they crack, and the meat hitting them, where they need to hit it. So we got to stop hating on the power bottoms. So I agree with Frankie Grande on that. Now, talking about Wicked, Grande says he has a novel. He read the novel at college and loved it, and was so excited about it that he basically, he said he also saw the Broadway production when it was in previews, and loved Kristen and Edina in it, and Joel Grey, but was so disappointed because it was so lighthearted and the book is so dark. And so I, as a fan from the book, was like, well, they Disney-fied that. What a missed opportunity to make something dark. But I'm like, a horror fan, so it makes sense that that was my reaction. And then went and told his sister about it, and I guess the rest is history. That may have gotten her interested in doing Wicked because her brother loved the musical and the book and all that other stuff. But you already know that's what they're gonna do on Broadway. You can't put no dark themes on there because they have to reach a broader audience. So of course they're gonna darken it up a little bit just so that way they can get the type of audience that they want to, or not darken it, like lighten it up a bit, Disneyfy it. I always hate that about when they do that with other people's IPs, but it's like y'all just Disneyfy it and water it down and stuff. That makes me always like fall out of love with certain projects. But shout out to Frankie because I do agree with him. It's like we make jokes and it's good. Like, I mean, it's funny like to sit up in here and make fun of the femme girls and the femme queens and all this stuff. But here's the thing: if it wasn't for those effeminate men, if it wasn't for those power bottoms or whatever you want to call them, tops like us would not get laid. Number two, um, Also, we have to be mindful of the fact that a lot of those effeminate men had to endure a lot of vitriol and hatred and discrimination in order for us to get the queer rights that we have today. So we should also not only put respect on their booties, but we got to put respect on the cause of, the femme gays who have paved the way for us to have, and the trans girls, for us to have the rights that we have today. Just shout out to you, Frankie. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Do you agree with what he had to say in regards to that? It's like, yeah, the music was all right. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I'm glad we got a lot of artists out here making and doing the things that they doing the damn thing and making the music they want to make and all that good stuff. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.